Kids dance on the street. We moving to the beat. Platform Africa. Feel the rhythm in your feet. Sunshine in our eyes. Colors in the skies. Platform Africa. Every dream can rise. Platform Africa.
Hello, welcome to Platform Africa. My name is Gerald Howard, and my guest today is no other but Giant German Gina, the only white Liberian comedian. He is a best-selling author, a comedian, a content creator, and he owns a charity organization helping Liberian kids go to school. Is there anything else you would want us to add that I forgot?
Oh, I collect Liberian stories, and I write. I try to write books about them just to keep them live.
That's so great.
You might say I'm the last storyteller of Liberia. I'm one of the last storytellers.
Okay, good. Thanks for letting us know. Interesting. So, is that something you enjoy doing? Have you been doing it for a long time?
Well, actually, I stumbled into it. That's what gave me the recognition at the fame. 2016, a friend of mine said, "Why don't you tell a story in Liberian English?" And I didn't have any idea that there was a market for this and that people would like hearing colloquy. And so he literally forced me to tell an elephant story, and so I told this story and went viral.
Oh.
And 6 months later, I was on tour in Philadelphia and New York and all over the place, and I didn't know what I was doing, but I started telling the Liberian animal stories, and up to now I've gotten proficient, and by the reaction of the Facebook audience, I was told that they hadn't heard these stories since the war, or even in the war, because in the civil war in Liberia, the storytellers and the elders were usually killed first, because they were the libraries of the village. And so I stumbled into a knowledge gap that had been caused by the Civil War and that the smartphone caused. And that's actually what made me to become known as the Giant German Gina.
That is very, very interesting. So I have been seeing a couple of clips here and there on social media of you. So yesterday, my team was like, we should get in touch with you and bring you on board. And here we are having this conversation. First of all, we want to say thank you for being here. It means a lot to us and to a lot of people who don't know you, who are open to getting to knowing you more. So thanks for that. Now, I would want us to go all the way back to, is Giant your real name, or that's just a stage name?
That's just my stage name. The beginning, like,
Oh, yeah? Okay, speaking about Liberia, where you...
I'm 6'6". I'm the tallest Liberian you will ever see.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out for that. So, are you Liberian by nationality?
No, actually, my parents were missionaries in Liberia, and they went in 1982, 83, when I was 8 years old. They took me to Liberia, and I grew up there till 1990 when Charles still have been a sport to copper. All over the world. So, actually, I actually don't have a passport, but I picked up the colloquy, I picked up the culture, I picked up the storytelling, I picked up this following of TV. I went deep into the culture, and then 2003, I went back to find my best friend who had become a child soldier. And he had fought under Taylor, and we had been separated as boys in 1990. If you want, that's exactly the trauma that made me, that formed my life, because 1990, and all the Liberians listening here, is this mainly a Liberian crowd?
No, it's for every African that is living outside of the continent of Africa and on the African continent as well.
Okay, so let me give you a little bit of history.
Absolutely.
So Liberia spiraled into a civil war in 1990. And I was living there as a missionary kid. And our parents were oblivious to the fact that there was a bloody war coming. Everybody thought it would blow over. Like in most African countries, it takes 2 weeks. And so they thought we're just going on a little vacation to Ivory Coast, so we'll come back and everything to be quiet. And my best friend, a Gio boy from the Gio tribe, he came and called me and said, listen, he came to me and said, am I your best friend? And I said, hell yes, you're my blood brother. And he said, if I am your blood brother, please take me with you to wherever you're going. You're leading this country. And I said, what the hell are we talking about, brother? And he said, I'm going to be a child soldier in 2 weeks. They're going to come. They're going to take the city and they're going to either kill me or they're going to recruit me because I'm 17 or 15. You're going to get out of here. And what would you say, dear listener, if your best friend stood on the schoolyard with a skateboard in his hand in your lunch break, you're 14 years old, you've never seen or heard of war, and he says in 2 weeks, I'm going to be a child soldier, take me with you on your vacation. I laughed at him, and it was the worst decision of my life. And he walked away crying, and I said, what is going on? So I walked home, and my mom said the German ambassador's car was standing at above our house, and she says, get in the car. We have to get out of the country right now. The last plane is leaving. And so we were rushed through the city. Everybody was going on holiday. Hey, my eyeball opened that day. And I said, oh my gosh, my picky was right. My ball was right. And why didn't nobody tell me? I couldn't even say goodbye to my boy. And so that haunted me my whole life. And the Civil War lasted 13 years. And as soon as the UN peacekeeping forces came to Liberia, 2003, started my search for him. Internet started coming back. Power started coming back to Liberia because, that place had been bombed into submission.
Right.
And 300,000 people had been killed. So it was hell. And so I put a bounty on his head in the last days of the war. And people went out to look for it, to get their money. And I found him alive. Good. Was able to ask for his forgiveness. And I went to Liberia 2004 and reconciled with him and helped him build a house and helped him build a future. And we published a best-selling book in Germany called Blood Brothers, Our Friendship in Liberia. So Liberia actually has a best-selling author in Europe now. And the book went viral here. And we went on tour. I brought it to Germany. We toured Germany, Switzerland, Austria for 3 months in churches, universities, schools, everywhere people wanted to hear the story of Liberia. And then I thought my story with Liberia was at a happy end. I thought, okay, I've gone full circle, And the president of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, she called me in 2012. She called me to Liberia and gave me the Golden Image Award of Liberia. I said, keep promoting our country. So imagine I had run from this country as a refugee and I came back as a hero and was honored in the city bomb. What a turn of events for me. And I thought, okay, it can't get better than this.
Right.
And so I thought, okay, now I have to go back to Germany. I took my family to Liberia. I was there for half a year. I showed them the country. I showed them my home. I felt up the language. I have two wonderful kids that love Liberia. And I thought, okay, now I'm done, Right. And then so I focused on my life here. In 2016, as I said, that boy told to do a joke in Philippi in Liberian English. And I never took it to be special. And I thought, I don't want to step on anybody's toe, speaking indigenous languages, but quite the opposite. The Liberians went crazy when they saw a white guy speaking their very seldomly spoken colloquial English, and they love it. And up to now, I've been touring the world bringing Liberian English as a comedy show to for the first time, different states and countries. I remember one of the most moving events, just to finish up, was I brought the first Liberian comedy show to Dallas, Texas. And there were about 200 Liberians at that show. And after the day, it was a great show. And we sang and danced and had fun. And I told them jokes and we studied the animal stories together and laughed. And there were two old ladies at the end of the show that sat there crying. And I went to them and I said, Omar, did you go free? And they said, no, they did everything right.
But you know why we are crying?
because for the first time, we're so happy that for the first time in our lives, we're sitting in white man's country and we don't have to listen to white man's jokes and white man English. We are listening to our own language as a comedy show, laughing about our own history and about our own heritage in this foreign land.
And someone who understands the culture.
And we feel at home. And it was such an amazing night because I started crying myself because it was such a unique experience that it took me, a white guy, to bring Liberian English comedy show to Dallas.
Interesting. You are way more familiar with Liberia than I am, though, because I left Liberia when I was 6.
Yeah, I bet.
And then I moved to Cote d'Ivoire with my family due to the war.
You see, I was in Cote d'Ivoire too.
Are you serious? We're in Cote d'Ivoire.
I was in Abidjan.
Okay, we were in Danane. So we stayed in Danane for 5 years and then we moved to Ghana. So Ghana is where I went to school, went to college, did everything. So way more familiar with the Ghanaian culture as compared to my own people, but I tend to go every now and then.
My man, you gotta go back.
I go all the time. I haven't gone for 2 years because I got engaged and then married my wife a week ago. So for 2 years I haven't gone. Thank you. One of the best decisions I've ever made.
Oh, she's gonna help you, man. She's gonna help you grow, brother.
I believe it. She's already helping now. So your wife, I've seen you and your wife in videos, and she speaks the colloquial as well. Has she been to Liberia like a lot, or she learned it through you?
Oh, that other blonde girl? That's a skit partner. That's a skit partner.
Oh, okay.
Like me, and we play husband and wife.
Okay, I get it.
Very good. But my real wife, my real life wife, she doesn't speak Polopa well.
Oh.
But she's very supportive in this career. She's always filming my jokes. She knows exactly how I would like to film them, and she always helps to develop the jokes. But that other one is a missionary, a kid from Kenya. She works in Kenya, and I met her in the States. And I said, when I heard her accent, I said, Jesus, we have to do something kids do with that.
Interesting. And then you guys made it happen, and we got the chance to see you guys because it went viral.
Yeah, that one went viral. She was really funny too.
She's funny. So this is Platform Africa. The purpose of this show, like I was telling you via the brief call, is to just shine light on the positive side of the entire African continent that nobody gets to hear about. People don't talk about our comedians, our schools, our entrepreneurs, anything positive. It's all about war here, fraud over there, this person is killing this person, and so forth. So this passion is burning in me to showcase every positive or prominent side of the continent and bring it to the world so they know that Africa is way more than what the media perceive us to be. So I decided to bring comedians, actors, actresses, business owners, movies producer, just to talk, and then wherever country they are from, we can shine light and talk about that country. And so far, people have been very, very supportive. So if you're watching, I don't want you going anywhere. I will be right back in 30 seconds.
Step into style with Zogar. Our stunning, durable African wax prints celebrate culture and creativity. Every piece is under $35, making it easy to express yourself without breaking the bank. Shipped from Atlanta and Nebraska, we bring the essence of Africa right to your doorstep. Zogar, wear the culture. Visit myzogar.com today.
Welcome back to Platform Africa. I'm your host, Key Gerald Howard, and today I have Giant German Gina, GGG, the only white Liberian comedian. Welcome back, my brother.
Thank you.
Okay, so have you ever had a situation where you as a white person went to Liberia, sitting, talk, not even talking, but people not knowing you understand the colloquial talk about you, and you just sitting there like, oh, I can hear what you're saying?
Oh, hell yeah. Right? I love using that as a comedy kit myself to feel that idea, you know. But by now, my name and my face,
Right.
so
Right.
nobody falls for that shit anymore. You know, they're like, oh, be careful with that guy.
You can understand Liberian English more than you are. So tell about those incidences, like one or two.
Well, you know, the one of the funniest ones is when you're sitting at the bar. You know, you're the only white guy in the African restaurant or whatever. Girls start talking to you. Oh, see the wedding, I'm still and you know, and then I just play along until they start asking for money on it. And then I say, "You're stupid, you're stupid."
The jaw drop, right?
The men know our game. Yeah, and it's helped me a lot at you know when corrupt policemen stop you at a fake checkpoint, right up like that. But last time I said I brought the president up, and then they usually jump aside.
So I know another white person called Lee. He's my brother-in-law's boss. Oh, okay. So yeah, when you're talking, you remind me of him all the time. So I'm looking forward to dragging him on my screen as well.
Oh, if you get both of us together, your audience would die laughing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will try to put that together.
And please give him my love and regards. He was like my father figure, Liberia. He took me to the gym when I was 11 years old. He taught me how to swim and at the beginning. He even says he gave me the name Giant German Gina. You know? So we are still connected and brothers.
That's good. That's good to know. So before we went to break, I was talking about the misconception that the world has about the African continent. Is Liberia the only African country you're very familiar with, or you're familiar with other African countries as well?
Oh, well, I visited South Africa, Ghana, Sierra Leone.
Ivory Coast, I grew up in Niger. I grew up in Niger the first 6 years in the Sahara, actually. My parents had a clinic in 1,000 miles away from Niamey in Dongas, a little sub-Saharan village. I grew up there the first 6 years. So I know my way around. I can even speak a little Hausa.
Are you serious?
Tapialo, Inapana.
Oh, wow.
You know, because our time is limited, you said, what's the one thing, you know, that's special and, you know, that I would love to shine a light on, if you allow me?
Yeah.
I would like to, you know, my specialty, as I said in the intro, is, and that's where I see Liberia's potential and Africa's potential, is their stories and the dying art of storytelling. And I traveled the world for 1 year with my wife. We just took a holiday for 1 year. And we were in Vietnam. And I went to the Disney World of Vietnam, called it Viet Wonders. And so I was taking a ride, you know, we had these fun rides, and I was looking for Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. And they had a complete copy of Disney World, but no Uncle Scrooge, no Donald Duck, no Mickey Mouse, only Vietnamese animal heroes. And I looked at my wife and I said, imagine the African countries would build amusement parks around their own indigenous hero stories. And the children of that country would run through amusement parks and learn their history lessons in the most fun way with amusement parks. The same way Walt Disney did it. He saw the potential of the stories, and Hollywood is all about story.
Right. And Africa is frowning upon that old culture. You know, when I stumbled into this GGG thing and became a storyteller because I visited my Liberian friends in the States. And some of you listeners might know this too. They came as refugees to the States from the war in Liberia. And then they told their children not to speak Liberian English anymore. They told them to speak American English because that's the language of being civilized and rich, and that's how you're going to integrate and people are going to respect you. So then when I started visiting my friends, I started talking Kulapa with their children. And up there, he said, what language are you speaking? I said, wait now, you are Liberian, you don't speak your own Kokwa? Right, Mr. Spider. Do you know Mr. Spider's story? When they say, well, we only know Spider-Man
Right.
from Top and then Hollywood. And I said, your own spider is much cooler. And so I sat them down and I started telling them their spider stories. Because in Liberia and in Ghana, for example,
And I see it really. Right. Quick one, I see.
is a spider. And he's the tricky jokester, you know? And he is so tricky, and the moral lessons in these stories are so wonderful. And you know, the war came, the smartphone came. When do families still sit down and tell stories together?
Not anymore. Not anymore.
And when I visited all these Liberian families, I saw that they don't eat dinner.
No.
Most of the children, they drop their PlayStation, they come running, they grab their food, they go back there, bro. They don't even sit down as a family. And that's why I said, oh my Lord, we are losing our family culture of sitting together and listening to the elders. And that's one of my specialties, that I invoke a real Liberian storytelling night when I do a show. And it's 1/3 of my stage show that I say, well, I'm going to tell you that's the funny animal stories. And so that's the thing that, you know, that when you asked me to jump on this platform, that's the thing I really wanted to shine a light on and encourage every African out there. Please don't overlook the power of your Apple stories. They're dying out. Collect them, share them, sit down as a family again and listen to these stories, because there's so much value hidden in these elder stories. And I think once we get our kids off the smartphone and we sit down as a family and laugh together about our own cultural stories and own heritage, oh my God, there's power in that.
True. That is
Especially if you are building your own family now,
true.
with your wife.
True.
It's an important integral element that you can use to.
That is one thing about Nigerians and Ghanaians that I admire. First of all, even if their parents have like English names, they're finding a Nigerian or Ghanaian name to put in there. So today or tomorrow they become super successful, maybe running the Olympics, maybe in one of the 5-star Hollywood movies. You will always see Kweku Chikozi somewhere in there. And
Proud of the African name.
extremely proud. So that is something that Liberians have to really, really look into, because a Nigerian or Ghanaian is not changing their accent for anybody. However, if they were born here, I understand, because you can't dodge it. But why would you want to be someone else when the only person you can be is you, and be that person 100%?
And I tell you boys out there, if you are 100% is self-confident of your identity, the girls are going to love it.
Right. Right.
They love it much more if you have your own identities and you're trying to fit it. And they will come to you. They will come to you and they'll like your style, like your...
I like the fact that you're different, because they're used to seeing one thing. If they see something different, that will even be more attractive.
Exactly.
So I don't understand.
Who wants normal? You know, everybody wants a special guy or a special girl, you know? And you bring two cultures, you know, you have the American, you have the African, you're special. And every person I meet, when they see my life story, they say, holy shit, man, you have a special life. You've lived 3 lives, you know? And I say, I'm so grateful for my international multicultural pets.
Right.
And I also want to add, you know, despite me being a white guy doing this comedy, I've always been embraced. I've been embraced by Liberia. I've been embraced by all the communities. They say, man, you're bringing cultures together. This is exactly the kind of unity we need to shine a light on each other's beautiful cultures and not separate. And so I can just say I never experienced racism. I was always very grateful to the Liberians for that. And there are some haters that say, oh, you're stealing our culture. I say, what am I stealing?
Right. Right. You helping us bring it back. You helping us.
I'm trying to make you guys aware of how beautiful of a culture you have, and if it takes a white guy to do that to bring it, shine a light back on it, then I will do it, and I'll gladly step back if anybody else decides to do it.
The thing is, there will always be people who hate. If people don't hate, you are not doing anything right. If you're doing something right, there will be haters, and those people are considered people who motivate you to reach to your higher level. So welcome again to Platform Africa. We will be right back in a minute. Don't go anywhere.
Right now in Western Africa, a child is hungry and another is naked, scared, and alone. At Houseian Liberia, we provide food, clothing, shelter, education, and medical care to heal their wounds. Your support is crucial. Join us today with just $14.99 a month. Visit our website or call now. Your help is urgent. Your name will be honored on our website, and you may receive a souvenir as a reminder of your kindness. This is your chance to give life. Act now.
Hello, welcome back to Platform Africa. My name is Key Gerald Howard, and I still have your favorite comedian, Giant German Gina, GGG, Liberia's first white comedian. Yeah, so Giant, now I understand you're doing a lot in Liberia. This is your opportunity to tell my audience or the world what you're doing, what it means to you, how they can come on board to be supportive of everything that you do.
Oh, that's I really appreciate that. I'm a board member of Change Agent Network in Liberia, and we have 27 different schools that we're building. We have a university we're building. Our key is education. I don't want to, go too much in the details because our time is limited, but if you are interested in helping or getting a view of what we're doing, you can visit my homepage at gggfromlib.com. gggfromlib.com, and you can find out more or even contact us if you want help. Well, I like to keep it like Jesus said. Jesus said, if you donate, don't make big mop out of it.
True.
Or lay your less hand.
No way around that's, yeah.
And I don't like the celebrity styles that go out and eat the poor and then bill every $5.
Exactly.
If you want to donate, if you want to be a charitable person, do it quietly.
Right.
I'm just going to say, if you want to help, please, we can talk, but take a look at my homepage. And I know God will always provide, but I like to keep my charity projects quiet and I work in the background. But thank you for asking.
You are very welcome. Now we need to know your social handles, and we'll have it on the screen for other people to see as well.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, if you want to, get to know more Liberia comedy and Liberia full about it, we got the
Let it roll, I bring you. I know.
Giant German Gina with Gina. The Gina is actually a mythological being in Liberia. It's like a little dwarf, and maybe.
Oh, Gina. Okay. I get it now. Okay.
I've actually started an expedition one time looking for Ginas because I found old people in Liberia that said we've seen this mythological being. It's very hairy, and they even saw it come into their house once and it disappeared. And we could make a documentary movie and go in the jungle, and that's one of my next projects to see if the Gina really exists.
I know. I'm intrigued to watch or hear about that because growing up, those were one of the things I used to be scared of Gina and then Kakakolo. You've heard of Kakakolo?
Where do they come from? European mythology is the dragon. And we still find Downfall bones, and so there must have been something to it, you know. It must have been something flying around back in the days that people, the dragon is in all culture. The Chinese have it, you know. And why should people just make this all up? You know, there must have been something that scared the shit out of them back.
Right.
And though I'm trying to see if I can find the Gina one day. Then I'll make millions of that.
Right. But you think is a thing? You think it exists? Kakakolo, Gina, and stuff like that really exists?
I don't know, because it's almost like the boogeyman, you know.
Okay.
It's used to scare kids. You know, I get it, and you know, we have the Gil devil in Liberia,
Right.
but we all know there's someone underneath that mask. And the Gina is something, I have eyewitness accounts from old people that say we saw it, and it can control you, it can take over, it's very powerful, and it's scary, and so, and I had a lot of people that say it's just a joke, you know, it's something to scare kids. But I do have a lot of old revered elders that said, don't play with that thing, it's not a joke. So it's something I still have on my bucket list.
Right. So, final thoughts in the Liberian colloquia. They want only for the Liberian people.
All right, my people, y'all thank you. Y'all thank you. May God bless all of us. And may Mama Liberia rise again.
Amen.
May the rescue mission on Boakan make it rise to be cheap again.
Amen.
Because I made a joke about that. That thing went viral yesterday. It went virus.
And that thing, all right, so toothpick. What's toothpick? Sweet. I did pray that, you know, the inflation in Liberia will get less, because everybody's suffering right now. Liberia is not from more. And kudos to Ghana. Ghana, you guys are killing it. I say you guys are developing our country.
They are.
I really like that you guys are building up to the future.
True.
Right, welcoming everybody to come live and become a citizen. That is the way to go these days. If you open your doors policy like that, hey, you might pack money.
True.
Have money come to the country, and Ghana is going to explode. So people invest in Ghana and give Liberia a couple more years to get on track. Much love to everybody.
Good. Thank you so much. And if you're watching, if you're confused and want to hear the facts about the entire African continent, feel free to follow Platform Africa. Get to know the continent for yourself. What you see or hear is not factual. I'm not saying Africa is heaven, but it is just like any other place, like North America, like Asia, that has good, bad, and the ugly side. So get to see those sides for yourself. Do not solely go off of the media. Thank you again for watching Platform Africa. Thanks to you, GGG. It was an honor speaking to you. It means a lot.
Thank you. I'll be happy to come again if you guys want.
Absolutely. If there's anything we can do together, do not hesitate to let us know. I sure will. I just have to talk to my brother-in-law, and then we can organize something. Thanks, man. Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
All right.
Kids that's on the street. We moving to the beat.